Mycology, the power of organic fungi. Fungi have gone from forest floor curiosity to everyday superstar. Across America, Australia, Canada, the UK, France, Germany, Norway, Switzerland, and Korea, people are discovering that organic fungi aren't just ingredients. They're teachers, healers, recyclers, and even builders. Mycology is the study of fungi, and once you start paying attention, you see it everywhere. In your morning coffee, your skincare, your garden, and the future of sustainable materials. Why organic fungi feel different right now? We've always eaten mushrooms, but this wave feels different. It mixes tradition with fresh curiosity. In the US, you'll meet biohackers microdosing lion's mane for focus, and parents sneaking mushroom powder into spaghetti sauce for picky eaters. In Korea, centuries-old reishi tea sits right next to high-tech tremella serums in a Seoul department store. Organic really matters here. People want fungi grown without synthetic pesticides or heavy metals because fungi are bioaccumulators. They soak up whatever's around them. Clean soil and clean air mean clean mushrooms, and that's exactly what shoppers in Germany and Switzerland look for on the label. The vibe is less clinical and more personal. Fungi feel approachable. You can grow them on your kitchen counter in London or forage them with your uncle in Norway. They invite participation instead of prescription. How each country is shaping the fungi story. America. The U.S. is where mushroom wellness went mainstream. Coffee shops from Los Angeles to New York now offer Chaga mochas and lion's mane lattes. The pitch is simple. Get steady energy and mental clarity without the caffeine crash. Beyond drinks, American urban farms are leading the way in circular systems. Oyster mushrooms grow happily on used coffee grounds and brewery grain. Restaurants love them because they're local and low waste. On the research side, universities in America are studying psilocybin and other compounds for mental health support, which has helped destigmatize fungi in general. Australia brings a practical, land-focused energy to mycology. The climate can be tough, so farmers look for every advantage. Many organic vineyards and veggie farms in South Australia and Victoria add mycorrhizal fungi to their soil. The fungi attach to plant roots and help them pull water and nutrients from farther away. That means healthier plants with less irrigation. Foragers wait for rain in autumn and then head out for saffron milkcaps and slippery jacks. The Australian organic certification system is strong, so consumers trust that organic Shiitake or king oyster mushrooms are clean and traceable. Canada-Canadian winters are long, so immune support is a big conversation. Chaga, harvested from birch trees in Ontario, and Quebec is brewed into dark, earthy tea that many families sip daily. Turkey tail is another favorite for general wellness. Foraging culture is huge, but Canadians are serious about sustainability. Provincial guidelines encourage people to cut mushrooms instead of pulling them and to leave plenty behind for wildlife and regrowth. In cities like Vancouver and Toronto, you'll also find mushroom grow kits at farmers markets and zero-waste stores, which makes it easy to try at home. The UK has a romantic relationship with autumn fungi. September walks to find porcini, chanterelles, and chicken of the woods are almost a seasonal ritual. Local councils and wildlife trusts run identification workshops so people can learn safely. In the wellness space, British brands are creative. You'll see reishi blended into nighttime hot chocolate and cordyceps added to pre-workout mixes. London startups are also experimenting with mycelium packaging for fashion and electronics as a plastic alternative. The British love of gardens helps too. Many allotment holders use use mushroom compost to enrich their beds. France treats mushrooms with culinary reverence. Truffle season in Provence is part tourism, part gastronomy, part tradition. Families still go out with trained dogs to hunt the black diamond of the kitchen. But France is also looking at fungi for ecology. Researchers are testing oyster mushrooms to break down vine prunings and other agricultural waste, turning it into compost instead of burning it. Parisian chefs are putting less common varieties like Shiitake and lion's mane on tasting menus, which helps diners get familiar with flavors beyond button mushrooms. Germany is meticulous about quality, and that shows in its mushroom culture. Organic standards for medicinal mushrooms are strict, so German consumers trust what they buy. Apothecaries stock cordyceps and Shiitake extracts, often with guidance from naturopaths. At home, Germans love to grow their own food. Countertop kits for organic Shiitake and lion's mane are popular in Berlin apartments and Bavarian kitchens alike. Germany is also a leader in mycelium materials. Companies are developing mushroom-based leather and insulation that could change how we build and dress. Norwegians have foraging in their DNA. Allemannsretten, the right to roam, means people can pick mushrooms responsibly in most uncultivated land. Late summer brings families to the woods for golden chanterelles that end up in creamy sauces and on open-faced sandwiches. The government supports this with free guides and courses to prevent mistakes. Beyond food, Norwegian innovators are looking at fungi for the circular economy. One project uses mycelium to turn sawdust from the timber industry into packaging that can be composted in your garden. Swiss precision meets fungi in labs and kitchens. Researchers in Zurich and Basel are studying how compounds from lion's mane and reishi interact with brain health and aging. The results are early but exciting, and they drive consumer interest. In homes, Swiss families dry boletus and porcini to use all winter in risotto and rosti. The country's strong organic movement means shoppers expect detailed sourcing information. If a product says Swiss organic mushrooms, people trust the chain from spore to shelf. Korea has one of the longest continuous relationships with medicinal and culinary fungi. Shiitake, enoki, and woodier mushrooms are everyday foods in soups and side dishes. Reishi has been used in traditional practices for energy and longevity, often boiled into bitter tea. Today, Korean innovation is taking that heritage global. Tremella mushroom is now a hero ingredient in K-beauty for hydration, marketed as a plant-based alternative to hyaluronic acid. Korean fermentation culture also means people understand intuitively that fungi and microbes can transform food and support the body. Easy ways to bring organic fungi into your life. You don't need to move to the forest or memorize Latin names. Start where you are. Cook with them. Swap half the ground meat in tacos or bolognese for finely chopped organic cremini or shiitake. You get umami, fiber, and less environmental impact. In France and Switzerland, try fresh porcini in the fall. In Australia and the US, king oyster mushrooms shred beautifully as a plant-based pulled pork. Drink them. If coffee makes you jittery, try a lion's mane or cordyceps blend. It tastes earthy and rich. In Canada and the UK, Chaga and reishi are popular evening drinks for winding down. Look for products that list fruiting body and are certified organic. That tells you the company prioritized quality. Grow them. Grow kit is the fastest way to fall in love with mycology. Oyster mushrooms can go from pinning to harvest in 10 days. Kids in Germany and Norway use them for school science projects. All you do is mist them and watch. It feels like appears like magic and ikag and dandelion, and it's happening in your kitchen, and use them in the garden. And if you grow tomatoes in California or roses in the UK, add mycorrhizal inoculant when you plant. The fungi colonize the roots and help your plants find phosphorus and water. Gardeners in Australia swear by it during dry spells. It's a small step with a big payoff. Explore sustainable materials. Keep an eye out for mycelium packaging and mycelium leather. Brands in America, Germany, and Norway are launching wallets, lampshades, and shipping materials grown from mushroom roots. They're compostable at the end of life, which feels better than plastic. A few friendly guidelines for safety and success. Fungi are generous, but they ask for respect. If you forage, go with an expert first. Every country on this list has mycology clubs and guided walks. In America and Canada, check with parks departments. In the UK and Norway, wildlife trusts often host events. Never eat a wild mushroom unless you're absolutely certain of the identification. When in doubt, throw it out. With supplements, start small. One new mushroom at a time. If you live in Germany, Switzerland, or France, you can talk to a pharmacist or practitioner familiar with botanicals. If you're pregnant, nursing, or taking medication, check with a healthcare professional first. That's just good sense. So choose organic whenever you can. Because fungi absorb from their environment, organic certification helps avoid unwanted contaminants. Most brands in the US, Canada, Australia, and the EU now list testing and sourcing clearly. The bigger picture, organic fungi remind us that solutions can be collaborative. They partner with trees, recycle dead material into new life, and offer us food, medicine, and materials without asking for much. In Korea, that looks like beauty innovation. In Norway, it looks like forest stewardship. In America, it looks like startups turning waste into food. The thread is connection. Mycology connects soil to plant to person. It connects ancient traditions in France and Korea with new science in Switzerland and Germany. It connects a forager in Canada with a chef in the UK through a basket of chanterelles. You get to decide how deep you go. Maybe you just want better sleep, so you try reishi tea. Maybe you want to cut food waste, so you grow oyster mushrooms on coffee grounds. Maybe you want to understand the woods behind your house in Australia, so you join a fungi walk. All of those paths count. Fungi have been on this planet for over 1 billion years. We're just catching up. And the best part is that you can start today wherever you live